sitting around a bonfire talking about stories. Back in my day when I had to go through the cave.
So, this test of endurance shenanigans, yeah.
So you guys, you walk out and you pretty much, you share your hand to Abilio. He's right here.
Abilio.
He kind of nods and he's like, "All right, you made it. Find anything else interesting in there?"
Not
nothing
really.
we should touch, no.
All right.
Yes, what's this thing about royalty? What
So,
what's
like,
this place exactly?
Huh?
What was this place exactly? I'm asking Abilio.
This building, we built this originally. If you go deep enough, it houses the remains of, past rulers and, really important people in our city used to get buried. And we sort of repurposed it to train our great warriors. Now that you guys have gone through there and received the mark, people in the town are going to be a lot more willing to help you.
Are they going to be more groovy?
Huh? Yeah, he's high.
Okay.
He's like constantly smoking like this really long like pipe with some kind of halfling herb in it.
Because I was about to ask, whatever you're on, can I have some?
Halfling herb. That means we can get it around Pennymill.
You and Zaid would get along so well.
Roll what check?
Roll an endurance check to see if you can.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that one line in Paul. This is the stuff.
They're basically having like a feast in your honor, more or less here.
Oh, that's always cool.
And the bug.
Like so, this is sort of just role playing. Everybody in the town has got together more or less in the middle of the town, probably just hanging out in the woods, grooving out, doing whatever, and having a small feast, actually a relatively large feast in your honor, because you guys have been in there for about a day or so, and they're sitting out there waiting for you. They sort of like the town, as you're talking to people and stuff like that, the town seems to take it as a sign that the shed, like that you guys get through there and deal with that so well that and they also felt the earthquake out here, and they sort of took that as a sign that maybe the Shadow Dragon is the way to go.
They took it, or is that like
the people in the town? As you're talking to them, they think that there's a lot of signs pointing the way. Like saying, "Oh, we should definitely join the Shadow Dragon in this cause, this, that, and the other thing."
Yeah, because we're super duper desperate.
Meanwhile, while that's happening, you hear towards the latter part of the party when the sun is coming up, you hear somebody running across the plain. They're like, "We see an airship off in the horizon," and Albelio he says, "Ready the cannon and take that fucker down and figure out what the hell's going on there. We need that technology."
Airship? Airship? Where?
Off to the northwest, many miles off to the northwest.
Do I see the airship?
From where you are, no, but somebody in a spotting tower was. The guy runs off, and about 2 or 3 minutes later, you hear this massive boom that also shakes the ground, and you see a giant ball of energy just fly off into the distance and sort of hit something way, way, way far away. It's like a speck on the horizon.
No, not Ferdinand.
And then Albelia is like, okay, this group, he's starting to put third groups together, and he starts ordering people around like a completely different person. He just snapped out of his little his drug-induced haze, and he's ordering people around, getting search parties, telling scouts to get out there, and they better be back within the next 3 days, or there's going to be fucking hell to pay.
I'm going to ask Abilio if I could help one of his scouting parties, because no offense to
that would be.
We've already done this group. This was group 1. That happened to, and they've already escaped the situation.
Okay.
Never mind that.
Yeah, this is a Group 2's airship that kind of just fell right now.
Group 1's airship.
Group 1's airship.
What was the Group B1?
No, Group 2 is still in Starfall Island.
Yeah, you were looking on the ship with Grebe with the Starfall artifact, and when you got shot down.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm on that.
Yeah.
Got my group's confused. All right.
So we definitely can't go to steal the airship.
No, not right now.
Damn it.
I mean, you could go off that way and maybe talk if you really no, actually, because you can talk to there.
Because
Might be
Death been obsessing about airships for a while
I'll
now.
put it this way: there might be somebody up near that crash site that would have helped you, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, if you guys want to go up towards that way, that's fine.
I will actually be right back in about.
Me too, because I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes, and I got to sort of formulate this in my head how I'm going to do it. I'm sort of like going to get you guys to interrogate somebody, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'll be right back.
I'm all for going towards there and trying to find out any information we can about airships. I don't know about the rest of you. This is unrelated to this. Does anyone know what type of weapon the Star Pact Hex Blade gets? Is it a heavy blade?
I think it is.
Alright.
Possibly. I don't know.
It says long short in the description, but I don't have Heroes of Shadow, and the CB loader just tells you the most generic fucking thing possible about these weapons. Like, it doesn't tell you the Gloom Pact weapon.
That was a Draconic artifact from the Draconic lands, not from Starfall. My bad.
Oh, shit.
Draconic? Wait, what? Draconic artifact.
Oh, righty then.
Hey, Mari.
Mari? Yeah.
Hi. You're a controller, right?
No, you're.
You're not? Who is our controller then?
4Qs.
Oh, right.
Alright, is Scott back yet?
I don't think he is. I'm just trying to check to see if I should buy some boots before we head out.
I'm gonna save up for assault boots.
Some what now?
Boots.
Boots? What kind of boots are you looking for?
I'm not sure. Maybe something that would something a druid place would have that would be readily available.
Oh, this place, they manufacture, it's not just the druids here, it's the druids, the mages, a bunch of...
Oh, so this is kind of a magic area. So generally magic items are...
Well, I mean, how I was doing it last session was I'd do like a D20 check plus whatever based on that, and then you would do your streetwise versus that to see if you could find it or if they had it. But it's any item you can think of, you could probably get here. But you just have to, beat my check. That's all. And it's not hard to beat. So it's like a +5 or a +10, depending on how, or a +0. If it's a common item, it's a +0. If it's an uncommon item, it's a +5. And if it's a rare item, it's a +10.
Do you think I would be able to find boots of rapid motion?
What are they? Are they common or are they uncommon?
Yeah, it's a level 5 boots, 1000 GP. As an encounter power, immediate reaction. If an effect slows me, I can make a saving throw against it. And as a daily, as a minor, I can get a +1 power bonus to speed until the end of the encounter.
Alright, roll streetwise.
Alright.
You're going after a 5.
Streetwise is actually pretty good.
Is your streetwise more than +5? Yeah.
+6.
You can find them. You're there.
Alright.
There's
I will put
a
them for
boot maker that you find, and he has them.
Huh. Mark?
Centered and enforced. Yeah.
I was thinking that since we might be staying however long we stay in civilized society when we do it, I would like to buy some more of those potions of enlargement shape.
Didn't you just buy a bunch of them?
Yeah,
you
but
just bought
what happens if I stay there longer than I anticipated?
Well, you have several places. You're starting to build up areas that you know that you can go to and be safe in, like the Druid Wood. You're pretty much welcome at. Any of the Kobold encampments you're welcome at, and Helen.
Yeah, at this point, we're essentially completely allowed in the southern part of this continent.
Yeah, you guys are more or less have heavy influence down here, like to the point where, you could probably go into the Goblin encampment and just talk to the chieftain there and get him on your side at this point.
Yeah, we roughly control half of the
western continent. Yeah.
Half the western continent. Like, we don't really have to worry too much.
I've got nothing to buy, so... Actually, hold on. No, I don't.
I don't have the money to buy anything, so I'm good.
The same.
Also, in the Druid Wood, you notice that there are the shadow beings are starting to show up in here.
Awesome.
Do the druids make any notice of them?
Actually they don't. They don't seem to notice them at all. But you notice that every so often, they'll have 2 shadows instead of 1 or something like that. So you guys know that the shadow beings are there, but nobody else seems to notice it.
What's the significance? What's the significance of the shadow beings?
The significance of the shadow beings is that basically, if you find shadow beings in the areas that you're at, it means that the shadow dragon has influence in the area.
Okay, cool then. Cool beans.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus, I think once a day they can give us a +10 to. I think it's Arcana something or other, and it's not thievery or anything. I think they're all intelligence or wisdom based.
Yeah.
Skills.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason we got our our Warforged is because I used that +10.
Yeah, that was before. I can actually do something kind of similar to it with I suppose with that Servant of Ice power of mine, but it's up to Mark if whether or not he wants to be that daily summon of mine to be able to answer questions like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Plus, I kind of am a dick because with my crown, I get to.
I think that'll
get to do Arcana really easily.
What was that, Mark?
That'll be situational.
Yeah.
Like anything like that, if the situation calls for it, yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, if we get desperate enough that I'm blowing that daily, just ask a question.
Yeah, you can't just bring them in and say, we suck, we need to ask you this before even trying a check. They're just gonna, blow you off, more or less.
Yeah.
DM choice.
I need more sycophants.
I'm sort of trying to shy away from that at this point because you're at level 6 now.
And we have 7 players.
Yeah, that was kind of a way to get you guys started a little bit.
Yeah, but I like my halfling.
Hmm?
I like my halfling. She's my precious.
Well, the reason I did that in the first place was because, you know, there was literally only 3 of you to start, so.
Alright, we were gonna go investigate the crash, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one said no to that, so...
Yeah. Well, Deathtooth kind of has to, because he's been obsessing about airships constantly.
Yeah.
I have to go with him, because an airship's a great way to start an empire.
I'm gonna go with them just cause.
I'll be their spiritual advisor, I guess.
It is going to take you guys do go with a search party and everything, and it is going to take you a couple days to get there because how dense the woods are.
Okay.
I'm going to enforce us to a new map here in a moment.
Alright, I'll cut Balazar away and put him somewhere.
Actually.
Alright, I'm gonna cut my guys.
These guys are going to get moved off to the side here. Let me copy everybody and I'll drop them in.
Okay.
Oh, I have mine cut, so
Yeah, well, I'll drop myself in.
I'll drop myself in as well.
Same.
Where at?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Just he'll enforce us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, healing forces.
I need to get some kind of glove or some shit. My hand's frozen.
In Virginia.
Gloves of bitch smacking +2.
No, the other kind.
I could use some of those.
Yeah.
Oh, it's useful to have a glove of bitch smack.
So you guys,
yeah.
you guys come up in the drilled wood here, and you notice that there definitely was a crash site right around here. But as you're coming up, probably about not even 4 hours before you get there, you see the airship taking off. As one of the search party with you blows a horn to sort of rally the troops and stuff. You guys more or less they sort of sit back and they make their camp because they're like, fuck it, you know, it already left. We're kind of at a loss here. But you guys continue forward and make it there. So you come out into a clearing here where there obviously was a crash site here, a couple of like, you know, timbers and a burnout fire from where the team was camped out before Group 1 was camped out. So you're in this large section of wooded area here.
Alright, well I'm a Knoll, so I should be able to do some modicum of tracking.
This is kind of like a maze, isn't it?
Huh?
We have one person who should be very good at tracking.
Oh, yes.
Well, there's a feat I could have took for
Mary's a shaman. Shaman should be pretty goddamn good at tracking. So is the ranger.
I'm trained in nature, so I should be good with this.
Between a ranger, an invoker who seems to be nature-based, and a shaman, someone's gonna be able to find their way through the goddamn woods.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you guys actually I'm just going to give that to you for passive. Well, 26, okay. Oh, that was the other roll. Just for passive perception, you do know that you follow like a trail that goes up, and when it splits, at the split it goes right, and so they sort of follow the stream up.
Okay. Marching forward.
Bum diddly bum bum bum
I
diddly.
will follow him.
Over to the right, gents.
Let's go right.
Alright, I'm off kind of in my own world thinking about getting my own airship. So I'm probably going to get lost at some point here.
One moment.
So yeah, you come up here and you follow where you track them into there, and yeah, hold on one moment. Once you guys all get up to the farm, the little farm there in the clearing, I'm gonna set the server or the stream. Where you go?
Leaving.
Leaving.
Cliven.
Monkey.
Ooh, a little plantation.
Oh no.
With the bolts and the screws in the hymen.
No, how you...
Ladies.
Anyway, you come up and there's a small house here, and there's like a building down here, a little like storage building down here, and like somebody's house up here more or less, and there's all like different like leeks, onions, and all kinds of neat whatever food stuff's being grown here.
All right, I shall take the lead as our defender.
All right.
And I'm gonna kind of look at that house, and does it look like
it's a very
it's
rudimentary built, like mud and branch structure or mud and wood structure.
All right. Does it look like the crops have been tended to recently? Does it look like?
Yes. Yeah. It
Okay.
looks like they're being tended to pretty well.
It's safe to assume that someone's here, so I'm gonna
Burn it down.
walk to the door and sheath my weapon and kind of knock on the door politely.
Knock on the door. In the inside, you hear, oh God, what do they need now? You hear somebody, just like an old guy yelling, oh God, what do they need now?
He's gonna love it when he opens the door.
And he opens the door, and you actually see a bullywug standing there, and an older one carrying a staff, and he's like, who are you?
Hello,
Hi.
have you taken this as your Lord and Savior?
I am Captain Percy Deathtooth.
Percy?
You kind of
Percy? Half the party's just like, Percy?
That kind of fits.
he says, I don't have anything here. What do you want of me?
We're currently trying to look for some crashed adventurers. We want to make sure they're okay. They
Check.
bluff check. I have that. And if this goes sour, which it does.
Yeah, he doesn't believe you, and he sort of like tries to push the door closed in your face.
All right. Well, I put my big knoll foot in the way, so
And
it doesn't.
you stop him from closing the door and sort of like walk in on him as he backs up against the wall.
All right. I'm gonna ask again with my high ass intimidate.
I'll be right back.
I'll walk in with him and just sort of whisper, I'm gonna
I
have to
said, tell me where they are.
He's like, look, all I do is run a farm here. They took off. I don't know where they went. For all I know, they went back to Glebe's Fortress.
Greaves Fortress, you say?
He kind of scoffs at himself for letting that name out.
I kind of, I take this information, turn behind me, and I look at them and I go, who the fuck is Grebe?
You don't remember?
You know who Grebe is?
I'm a no.
Yeah, well, Grebe's technology is used by just about everybody, and it's pretty much ubiquitous.
Grebe is the one who invented the airships, Deathtooth. Don't you remember?
Yep.
He's the guy
Okay.
we were...
He's
Yeah.
the guy I got this watch from. I mean,
Grieve
guy
is the
I found
dude who
this
makes... Like that flying ship you want. Grieve's the
Flying
guy
ship?
who makes them.
Get the flying ship.
Grebe
Making
must
that
die.
very clear.
why so serious, Bortus? Did he wound you in some way?
He doesn't like technology, I will remind you.
Bortus, okay.
Correct.
Well, let's kill him.
All right. Well, having heard the word airship, I'm going to make another intimidate check and say, "Tell me where my airship is." And I bought.
I think he is.
It's like your airship. Ha. You knew where if it was your airship, you'd know where it was now, wouldn't you?
A witty one, aren't we?
I'm getting angry at this guy.
I kind of narrow my eyes and go,
Instinctively, everybody here is almost like instinctively angry at the bullywug because bullywugs are just not really well received.
How about you tell me where? Oh, never mind.
How about you tell me where these
Steps over here.
double botch like a boss.
Can you tell us where the
Tell me what you grow. That's an intimidate check. I want to know what he's growing out here.
I grow onions and leeks and then food to keep me fed. I'm the only person here.
Oh, dude.
What did they ask him?
Then you won't mind if I do this then.
He's like, hold on, wait, and like
nobody.
Ragtor stops him from following. What you find is you go down to the basement, and what you find is you find like a whole cache of like different devices and parts and what looks to be like spare repair parts. And almost like you actually find a bunch of books, scrolls, and such like that down here that seem to be plans to different devices.
Oh.
What did you find down there, Boracus?
Well, I step over to the staircase and I call down. Find anything?
Oh yeah, come on down.
All right. Well, I come down and he shows me around, I guess.
You look around and insight check. I don't know.
Sure. I have that. I think.
I'll stand near the stairs so they can yell up what
Can
they
it be
found.
dungeoneering because it's a dungeon, kind of?
Yeah, you could.
That way I get a whole
It's a
plus
It's an
one.
insight because of the fact that you're trying to figure out what the plans do. Oh.
Okay, that is the third botch.
Or
Wow.
you should have good insight.
Okay, you know what?
Actually, yes, I do. Hold on, I'll do it. I have a long dog.
Mhm.
15.
15, Boracus, you actually look through some of the plans, and you notice that when you start putting like, some of the papers together and looking at different papers at the same time next to each other, that these are indeed plans for an airship and several other like designs, like
Immediate interrupt. I used my crown because I disliked my result. I used my crown to instantly re-roll. Haha!
22.
Instantly reroll.
Yeah, you know
15
that
minutes later.
these are the plans for airships, and actually the like one of the plans actually appears to be some kind of a mechanism like for these giant stone pillars that crush boats if they come through an area or something like that. You also see like different blueprints for how Greeb's Island was actually constructed.
Alright. Boracus, collect whatever looks shiny and looks useful. I need to grill this guy a little.
You also find parts for different you find the parts to build one of your own Greeb style steam engines.
Swipe.
Alright.
Take the parts. The bullywug is like, hey, he sees you come back up with him. He's like, hey, those are mine.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Who are you? What is your name?
He says, we don't go by names.
Alright, then what is the loose amount of pronunciations that makes up your name?
We don't go by names.
What
What
is
do
your
you go by?
title?
What do you go
Bullywug.
by? Bullywug.
The frog.
You don't have like Bullywug the Elder or some kind of weird name like that?
No,
How do you tell yourself apart?
Bullywug.
The frog. That's how he tells
I'm
himself
the
apart.
only
This
person
guy's
here.
too-
I don't
this guy's
exactly
simple.
have to I'm the only person here. I don't have to tell myself apart from anybody else. Just take this shit and leave.
Well, I kind of want to know, since you have
Whatever.
an
you
artificer's
Let's
wet,
go.
wet dream of
Let's go.
blueprints here.
And it'd be an intimidation, I guess.
All right.
Try one more time with an intimidation for that.
I can. Well, you want me to try? Because I'm right near him.
Oh!
28, he said, look, all I do is stockpile parts for Greeb in case he needs them. And he did need them. And he got away from you guys, and I hope he continues to get away from you guys.
I don't
You
like
won't.
him. I want to behead this guy.
Don't. There's
What
no
did he
need.
do to you?
All right, can I
I'm
just
going to
punch-
turn to him and say, we never were here. If we find out you squealed, we'll be back.
He kind of grumbles under his breath.
I don't need to
Alright.
make an intimidate for that to prove them
We
to get...
were not here. Got it?
He kind of grumbles under his breath, and he's like, whatever, just don't come back.
We won't, as long as we don't have any reason.
I heard from Greeb yesterday. That was the last time I heard from him. Before that,
Oh, what did he tell you? What did he tell you?
he heard the party came through here and basically talked to him. But Grebe, he says, I haven't heard word from Grebe for over 400 years before that, so.
You're a long-lived species.
He's an exemplary, long-lived version of his species.
What do they look like then?
Bullywugs? They're looking at him.
No, the party. Do you want to know anything about the party, or you just want to go?
There you go.
I'm gonna go. Is this just a shed?
I'll just let you know, he gives you a rundown description of the party that came through here, so you know what Group 1 more or less
I'm gonna kill that drow.
What? Oh, cool though.
Wait, there's a drow?
Yep, to me.
Is he good or?
Damn Dunmars.
It's in the good party, so yeah.
Yeah.
He should be in the good party.
She should be.
A drow?
They're not all evil.
Drow are
They're not evil.
genetically evil.
No.
Oh, so he's playing Drist.
Not in this campaign. They're not genetically evil. They're like think Dunmars in the Elder Scrolls.
So.
Here she is.
Then they wouldn't be drow then. They'd be an entirely different species.
They're cave elves. That's what they.
Sandra. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's just a shed.
But yeah, it's just a shed that has like storage. Like he's got different dried vegetables and roots and stuff in there.
Vegetables.
Find a crowbar or something in there, right? Can I?
Huh?
I can't find like a crowbar.
No.
Damn, doesn't keep his tools here.
Wait a second.
There's things like shovels and trowels and stuff like that. I mean, there's like over here. There's a couple like donkeys and stuff like that. Beasts of burden.
All right.
I have an idea.
It's a farm. There's stuff that you would normally find on a farm.
Do you think we should burn this crop down?
Yes.
Okay, does anyone besides our Psycho Minotaur think we should burn this?
No.
Is there any real point?
If you really,
There is no
if
point.
you really want to invoke the ire of Grebe now, I mean, you could.
No.
Let's not piss off the dude with the fleet of airships.
And the humongous forest around here. If you light this on fire and you screw it
Yeah,
up,
that's
this
what I was
entire
thinking. I kind of wish this guy lived in like the desert or something, so we could just burn it down.
You could trample its crap if you want.
From here, I'm guessing you're going to follow your the same way you went back.
No, let's go around.
Cactus is gonna take a few minutes and talk to the Bullywug once the rest of the idiots are gone. Cough, cough.
Then why are you there?
Well, cactus species more or less is probably one of the only allied species of the bullywugs.
Oh, that's right.
Thrycreen and the bullywugs. Like bullywugs and Thrycreen are sort of looked down upon by society. Both of them are.
You'd think that frogs and bugs wouldn't get along together.
That's what I'm saying. They sort of do.
How about minotaurs? How are they looked upon?
Well, they sort of have a understanding. The frogs eat bugs and the bugs eat frogs, but just the unintelligent versions of their species.
I'm gonna go through and talk with Bullywug and say, look, you'll have to forgive these creatures. They're not always the most respectful of other cultures. I'd like to go through.
I've been on this planet.
Tried to bluff him.
He said, I've been on this planet longer than most, and I've seen my share of things. Just, leave me be. All I want is my peace, and we're square. You can keep the stuff. Honestly, not having that stuff here is less of a worry for me.
I understand completely. I know this is going to be a really off-the-wall request, Bullywug, but do you have any contact with the other continent?
Oh yeah. He's like, yeah. I have family over there. My great grand spawns live over there, down in the southern part of the continent. I've had quite a bit of correspondence from them lately.
I'm going to look him in the eyes and say, I need to get this to the Alpha Hive, if it'd be all right with you, going through and taking out 10 platinum pieces, an extra platinum piece for him, or 20 platinum pieces, and an extra platinum piece for him, and say, if you can go and get this to my hive, or you can get the 20 platinum pieces to my hive, I'll go through and come back again, and I will pay you for your assistance in this matter.
He sort of says, he gives you the 1 platinum piece back, and he says, I have no need for money. I'll just do this as a favor for your species, because you've helped us out in the past, and we've helped you out in the past. Sort of like when they build the hives, when the Thri-Kreen were building their hives, they had a lot of bullywug laborers, and maybe he was one of them.
Ah.
And they they have an understanding with each other.
This guy's fucking old.
Yeah, he's really
She's then just going to quietly apologize. Forgive me, I'm too used to these creatures. And then going to respectfully bow and quickly run after the party.
Alright, you see him start to, he just gets right on it and starts preparing the package to be sent off. So Curry will be by here in the morning, and I'll send it out with him. A trusted courier.
Okay, so should we keep on looking around the forest? Because I think our artificer would be pretty happy with what we got.
I want to check out the rest of the forest, though.
Is there really that much of a point?
I don't think we'll find anything.
Other than that, no.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious that the adventurers have already escaped.
Yeah.
So, Cacto, what took you so long?
Me? Nothing. I had to go through and do something for... He was an old hive mate of mine.
What?
You guys do have a cursory history of the world, and you know that the Bullywug and the Thri-Kreen sort of do work together on occasion.
Huh.
Suspicious.
Okay, let's go.
Really? You don't sense anything like malicious intent or anything like that?
I know. He's just wondering why they would be all, buddy-buddy with each other, especially when this mission is so important to them.
I'm as thick as a rock, so I don't really care.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that, I want to get home, get my fucking airship.
I want my airship. How about that?
I'm also glad that most of you guys are retarded levels of not intelligent.
I'm not.
I hit things. I hit things good.
Okay.
It's what I do.
Is the barbarian actually paranoid?
Well, I don't really trust the bug at all, that's for sure.
I don't think he's paranoid. I don't think he's bright enough.
Long enough that
he's bright enough to be paranoid, but
I just don't trust that insect thing.
you are an evil group. So I guess there's a lot of mistrust, going around anyway.
Yeah,
I trust everyone as much as I trust a slave. What's wrong with that?
I am no.
So, Borcuse, what was your alignment? Just wondering.
Evil, but I worship an unaligned god.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm chaotic.
Because when you touch that crystal, if yeah.
Oh, I'm chaotic evil.
You're chaotic evil. You don't act like it.
Yes, she does.
The game has
yes, I have.
Yeah. Everything she's done has been in her best interest so far. You don't notice it, but the jewels that she took for herself, etc.
The stuff and going through and helping my own hive.
That's all she. Yeah, as a chaotic evil character, that's all she cares about is pretty much the good of her hive. It's like it's ingrained in her fucking what is it?
Brain. It's genetic. Basically.
It's instinctual.
Hey, Mark, I have a question.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, there's no way we'd be able to construct a airship at Pennymill, right?
No, you could, actually. So that's what I'm saying. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, I kind of want to go to Pennymill.
I'm with...
Here, death, having an orgasm.
Yeah, going back home is just as good as do anything else.
I'm going to just assume that because like the rivers in the Great Forest do connect down to the Druid Woods, so you can get there. I'm just going to assume you more or less take your feather boat and just ride it straight down to Pennymill.
All right. The entire time, I'm kind of leaning on the front in my Captain Morgan stance, kind of pretending to be a captain.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you're back in your element when you're riding this thing down. But a day or so later, because the feather boat moves rather quickly, a day or so later, you end up in Pennymill.
Yeah.
Pennymill area. And horse and center. There you go.
I'll move my token back there.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I don't know where my token is, so never mind.
Stupid token.
Yeah.
Alright, give me 1 sec. That's not it.
Well, let's give this stuff to
All right.
what's his name? The type.
What was the oh, never mind. What was the map that we were just on called?
Huh?
What was the map that we were just on called? Great Forest? There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Forest, yeah.
Gotcha.
Correct.
All right. Boricus is the one with all the maps and shit, but I want to kind of follow him with our powwow to Thurbane.
I've never met a bullywug before.
Thurbane, you come into Thurbane, he's busy working on the Warforged.
Hey, Thurbane, I got a little present for you. Want to see it?
Sure.
I have some plans for a airship. How about that?
He looks at me, he puts him out on the table, he says, "Oh, yes. Yes.
He made himself.
Yes, this is excellent." He says, "We have all the parts we need for this right here."
Ooh.
He said, "Just give me a week and I'll have it ready to go." Well, basically, next session he'll have it ready to go.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Okay.
In theory, Mr. Thurbane, how many people would it take to crew this ship?
In theory, the design that Grebe made, you could technically fly it with one person. Grebe was, I mean, he's looking over the designs and the pulleys and winches and stuff like that. He's like, Grebe was an absolute genius with logistics. He designed the system so that all you have to do is that all the controls and everything are all in one centralized location. A crew of one can pilot the airship, but to make it a fighting worthy vessel, you would need a minimum of 5 people. And that's including the pilot. So 1 pilot, 4 people to man the ballasts and stuff like that.
We need pirates for this.
Well, there's 5 people right here.
We need pirates for this.
We need skilled people for this.
We need skilled slaves for this.
We need to go to the Knoll town of Yarhardi.
Yeah.
I have a query. Now that we're influential enough around here, what do you say we try to convert the orcs across the way to our side?
He shrugs and says, it can't be worth it. It could be worth it. Certainly. So you guys pretty much run the entire southern continent, or the entire southern half of the continent now.
Yeah, we could stop by the orcs on our way to Yarhardi.
That sounds like a good plan, Deathtooth.
Now I want some Hardies. Fuck.
It works for me.
So do I.
I'm gonna give him a fist bump.
I'm kind of in my captain element. I hope I'm not being too loud and domineering right now.
Nice.
I'm not even there. I just said fuck that, and I'm just sort of there. I don't know, staring at the Shadow Dragon, just doing something.
I want to get into a fight soon.
Knowing our luck, we're gonna run into a random encounter on the way, anyways.
Let's go to the orcs. Woohoo!
Because this isn't gonna end badly.
Nope, not at all.
The worst that can happen is we all die. Haha.
Well, actually, that probably won't happen since we're pretty buff right now.
And then Raymond will have to roll a character with point-based stats.
So,
Oh, if we die, I have 2
gonna head out
backups.
to-
Fuck that.
where you guys playing that you're going to Yarhardi?
No, the
Actually,
Orc
we're
Town.
gonna stop by the Orc Town first.
I'm just gonna on the world map. There is an Orc Town, sort of like the Orc Town that's really right close to you is only like 4 miles away. But the
Yeah,
Orc
we could
Town
just
on the way to Yarhardy is 29 miles. Yarhardy is about 40 miles even, so it's a 2-day journey to Yarhardy.